Joint Task Force Ranao Deputy Commander Romeo Bronner has cited the gains achieved so far in the region under an extended martial rule. These include the return of peace and order, with almost zero reports of violent incidents and other crimes in war-torn Marawi City and Lanao del Sur province. Meanwhile, more temporary shelters are being put up for war-displaced families. And the details in this report.
The Armed Forces of the Philippines is not taking the security situations in Marawi City and in Lanao del Sur lightly. In today's Bangon Marawi briefing, Deputy Commander of Joint Task Force Ranao Colonel Romeo Bronner said that the AFP enhanced its urban warfare to ensure that Marawi's siege will not happen again. Bronner said that under martial rule, there are no crimes and violence reported in the area. The AFP will also enhance its information campaign against fake news to prevent unnecessary fear among residents.
From our experience from the Marawi siege, we are preparing for another urban warfare. No? In the eventuality that something similar to Marawi City happens, we should be ready. So from the lessons that we learned, we are now rewriting our doctrines. We are now reorganizing our units. We are re-equipping and retraining. So, from the side of the armed forces, handa po kami for another Marawi siege, no? Whether it happens in Marawi or elsewhere.
Office of Civil Defense Assistant Secretary Toby Purisima clarified that the DSWD continues its relief assistance in 67 evacuation centers. Purisima added that the task force already identified new area to build transitional shelters for more than 60,000 displaced residents. At present, the government will be needing more than 51 billion pesos to rehabilitate Marawi City.
March and target this March ay 1,100 transitional shelters. Yun yung total target dun sa barangay sa Gonsongan, no? At yun yung na-inaugurate na at pagpatuloy yung paggawa ng transitional shelters doon, no? Meron nang na-identify na site 2, no? A second site for the transitional shelters, which is approximately 2 kilometers. 2 kilometers away from the most affected area. Meron lang mga inaayos na detalye regarding sa paggamit ng lupa, but this is the second site is a 15-hectare area site and could accommodate 1,300 additional transitional shelters.
90 internally displaced residents had completed their livelihood training under TESDA. The Department of Education Director Ronilda Cos said that 37 temporary learning centers will be built to ensure early registration of students for the opening of classes in June.
It actually is also ready for the construction of what we call the temporary learning spaces. We have committed, our partners have actually provided us the materials for the construction of the temporary learning spaces. Starting next week, the delivery will happen and construction will then commence. This is about 37 temporary learning spaces for the students to for us to ensure the learning continuity of our students whose families will actually be transferred there.
Rocky Ignacio for The Nation.